So just to finish the conversation, sorry, not to interrupt you. You're okay. No, it's no problem. Ads, come on, get out of here. Okay. Okay, so SIM cards, the difference, they call them cards because they're little tiny chips that you put in your phone. SIM cards are kind of becoming extinct, to be honest with you. Thank you guys. So SIM cards, essentially all they are is they were just a way for your phone to be able to say, because in the air there's all sorts of different connections. You got Verizon, T-Mobile, AT&T, yada yada yada, right? SIM cards were just essentially a way that telephone companies could make sure that or control access to their networks, right? So they would put the card in your phone, the phone would only be able to access that network. They get confused because SIM and SD, they're both really tiny, small cards about the same size, and they go into your phone. And most people are like, okay, which one is which? I don't know. I don't care. SIM cards are going by they're being phased out because earlier on there was things where if people got a hold of your phone, they could pop out that card and put it in their phone and then give you the phone in your phone back, right? And then essentially what that does is, like, how many of you have had like where you log into your bank or whatever and they send you a text message and that text message has a code in it? So if someone stole your SIM card, they would get the text message, right? Yeah. So for more than one reason, they're going away, that being one of them. One, SIM cards tend to fail over time. And so why do that? And it's SIM. I don't remember what it stands for, to be honest with you. But pretty much now they're moving to what they're calling eSIM, so subscriber identity. You're okay. We're still talking about it, but SIM cards, those little tiny cards, and then they're phasing them out with eSIM. So in other words, you really don't need. It still has a really long number, which is the serial number essentially, and then companies now are just associating your phone with that serial number now. You don't need a physical card anymore most of the time, which is great because it doesn't break anymore. And then most phones nowadays allow you to have up to 2 different phone numbers on one device. So in the old model, you would have to have 2 different physical card slots, which complicates things. So it just makes sense to get rid of them. SD cards are for storage. Those of us who have iPhones, you're fine. Those of us who have iPhones, it doesn't really matter because iPhones don't have SD cards. I actually think that's one of the better things about Android is that they do have SD cards. So when you go and buy an iPhone, they say, oh, do you want 128 gigabytes, 256, 500, etc., and you're stuck with that. Essentially what an SD card is for is, like, if you have 128 gigabytes of storage and you want more, you can add an SD card, which adds additional storage to that. So that's all it is.
Is there any way to dim the lights? It seems like the print would be.
It's as dim. I know. It's as dim as it'll go, because if I turn this on, no, it's fine. Oh, sorry.
It is easier to read when there.
I mean, I can turn it off if you guys want. Okay.
Question.
Yeah.
So say you change from T-Mobile to Verizon on your iPhone.
Yeah.
What can they get all the information from one place to the other?
So usually if you're just changing
the same phone.
With the same phone, usually if you're no, she hasn't come back yet. Usually if you're just changing, so if you have the same physical phone and you're just changing carriers, you don't have to change any of the data on your phone. They have to take your SIM number or your eSIM number and register it with that new provider.
Yeah.
Now the caveat being is that if you bought your phone from your cell phone provider, they're usually what we call locked, which means they are locked to that provider. Meaning if you bought it from Verizon, you can only use the phone on Verizon. You can have it unlocked, so you can move to another provider, but the phone has to be paid off. So they do that as a way so people don't get the free phone deals and then they go from Verizon to whoever. So, but no, it's usually very simple. Yeah. Any other questions? Okay. Nothing bothering you? I mean, we can go to one-on-ones if you guys want, but I just wanted to see if there's any broad questions.
Oh, I don't know if you ever, if I missed the class, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
And I have Pandora.
Sure.
I'm curious, and I only have a few, uh, you know, like I have my golden oldies and stuff on it.
Yeah, I think they call them stations.
Okay.
Something like that, playlists.
You're right. I don't understand how to do more on that.
Yeah.
Aside
Yeah, so Pandora is just a music app, right? So we would have to look. It's been a long time since I've used it myself, to be honest. But it depends on what you mean by doing more. But most of Pandora,
adding more songs.
I can't remember. We can look at it together though,
Okay.
because I can't remember off the top of my head. Because I can't remember if Pandora only does stations or if it does playlists too.
So once, okay, other question on
Sure.
that. I have Pandora on my car, so I can just hit Apple Play and it just plays my music.
Right.
If I do other ones, can they come up from my phone to my car?
Yeah, so Apple Play or Apple CarPlay that you're using in your car is just a mirror of your phone.
It is.
So it's actually not the car. It's the car just displaying your phone screen. They make it look different just to make it easier to poke around. But yeah, so it's the same thing, or one and the same. You're still looking or interacting with your phone just on the behalf of the car.
Got it. I just want to clean up.
Sure. Yeah, I can help you with that.
Can you show us all how to clean up your phone?
Depends on what you got going on. Yeah.
It recorded personal messages with people. I'm gonna get rid of that. I didn't need to record that.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to look at that specifically. So I don't know about Samsung's, but there was an Apple update. In other words, I don't know if it's been around longer than that, but on a recent Apple update, they added the feature to be able to record phone calls, so you can reference them later.
And it says I'm out of space.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know. I'd have to look at where they're stored and whatnot on your phone. So.
Marianne, where did the message come from? Cameron.
No, it's not a message. It's a phone call. So now when you make a phone call, you can actually hit a record button. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that message. I'm sorry. Yeah, we'll look.
I forgot because I get that and it's just it's somebody that wants
True.
to do
True.
it. It has nothing to do with my phone.
There are fraudulent cloud emails going around saying, "Hey, your cloud storage is out. Pay for more."
How do we record? Like right now, you're talking, and I want to record what.
So on most phones, there is an app called Voice Recorder or Recorder. So if you look on your phone now and you look for that app,
Wouldn't you have to go to the Play Store to get it?
maybe, but most of the time it's already pre-installed.
Oh, I've never done that. I don't have it.
You haven't?
I don't have it.
Let me look.
I don't have it. He has it. Yeah.
Yeah, see right there. Voice Recorder.
Oh, it doesn't. Okay, so it's that ziggity
Yeah.
line. Okay.
Yeah, so it's an app called.
How did you get there? Show me what it looks like.
Hang on. Everyone's excited. Oh.
Okay, you went to Google like that?
No, hang on. Hang on. I'm just trying to find a reference photo so I can show you guys what it looks like. So this is what she's talking about. Something looking like this. So
Recorder.
So I went up here and I searched for it and I typed voice.
Oh, okay. So like
Yep, voice recorder. Yep, and then type voice.
Okay.
And I think, yep, it's right there. Voice recorder.
Yeah, mine's different.
Yeah, because your iPhone and Android. But I use it all the time. I love it. Meetings, things like that. If you wanted to hear me again. Yeah.
I know the doctor's office now asks if they can record the conversation in the room, and I go, yeah, I don't care.
It's for that's for safety and
also for them to be able to dictate it.
Yeah, sure. Anyway.
So I have it too. Now being the lights on.
Yeah.
I can't see anything.
Okay. We want to do one-on-ones. I just don't. I feel bad doing one-on-ones early because I don't have a way of entertaining you. But
Well, that's keep going. I mean, doing what you're doing.
okay. What other questions do we have then?
You want us to come up with?
Yeah.
I need photos. I don't when I hit like never mind. What's the difference between photos and galleries? Two different icons.
Sure. So, no, it's a great question. So on Android phones, on iPhones, we have the gallery, and then the gallery is already part of or built in natively to the cloud service that backs up your photos called iCloud. So on Androids, it's actually two different things. So gallery is what you're physically taking when you take a photo on your phone.
Yeah.
And then photos is Google Photos, is what it's actually.
So if you have photos on, did you say gallery?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's not being backed up?
Usually it is by default. By default, it usually is. But photos, it's a Google service. It just says photos, and that's why I think it should say Google Photos because it gets confusing like that. But the Photos app on your phone with the little pinwheel is Google Photos, and that's the cloud backup for your phone.
So they both should be backed up.
Right. Yep. Yeah. Or the Photos is the backup itself.
How do you know if it's all backed up?
Yes. So the easiest way to go is if you look in the app, you'll see the photos. But if you want to ensure that they're being actually in the cloud, you can go on your computer and you can go to Google Photos or Photos. I'll show you. And then you can go and sign into your account there and it'll show you what. And if you can see it on your computer, then you know it's in the cloud because you're not looking on your phone. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the pinwheel, Google Photos. And Apple iPhones do the same thing. It's all built into one app. They do it two separate. Yeah.
So if I went home, got on my computer, I would just go to Google Photos, right?
You could, yeah, and you'll most likely get this where it says sign in.
Oh. So you have to have a password for that?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's your Google account. Sorry, I feel like I can't see anyone. I'm going to turn the lights back on. Yeah. I'm going to turn the lights on. Careful. Okay. Sorry, I feel like I couldn't see anyone. Yeah, by default, your phone backs up, or if you have an Android phone, it backs up to Google Photos. You can use Google Photos on Apple too, but most of the time, that's the default backup service by Google for your photos. You always get a little bit free. I think it's 15 gigabytes free, and then once you fill that up, they want you to buy more. Yeah.
I don't know if this is going to be one-on-one or is the other.
Sure.
But on my computer.
Yeah.
Microsoft, in its infinite wisdom, whenever it does an update, whatever it does, I can't turn my computer. My mouse won't do anything. It's just, I've got the picture up there, but the only way I can turn that computer off is it's a hard.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
And I don't know why that happens. They want you to update.
Well, it shouldn't happen. I'll say that. That's not correct operation. Yeah, it sounds like an update is not being processed correctly. That's what it sounds like to me. And I can tell, I can go in and I can look and see. Yeah. Okay, let's do one-on-ones. I think we're good. Like I said, you guys just have to entertain yourself until I get there.
Another question, I don't know if this is a problem for anybody else. I know all my kids put all their goings on their calendar. I don't know how to do that.
Sure.
Like today's the 14th, and I don't know what to do after. I look at it and I'm going, okay, let me see on my calendar, and I'm going, okay, I have a little book.
Yeah. Yeah, let's look at it. Let's look at it together. Yeah, yeah. Let's look at it together.
And if you put something on your calendar after the date is passed, does it automatically drop off? No.
No, no. You should still be able to add past dates to calendar, like. But calendars, even though they seem really simple, digital calendars can get really complex because most of the time when you pull up a calendar and you're looking at it, that's not the calendar. That's just the month. You can have multiple calendars on one month. Yeah. No. 100%.
I'm sorry. Can you show me that on here? I'm sorry. That's not a question. Why would you do that? Did you have one that's social and one that's work related or something?
Let's hope there's nothing embarrassing here.
Oh yeah, how do you get that on my phone like that?
Yeah, but do you see each color?
Yeah.
Each color is a different calendar.
What?
Each color is a different calendar. So see, yeah. So that's what I was trying to say. This representation is just a month. It's just showing you the month of days,
right.
The collection of days. But the calendar, so like, where's my zooming here?
See, the next one's the 28th, the seminar. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like that. I don't know how to get there. I mean, ooh, I think the one that's the 28th.
Oh, come on. Okay, sorry. That's what I was trying to get to. So, I mean, yeah, this is all the stuff I've got going on, right? So, but what I do is I organize it. And that's what I mean by there's multiple calendars. Like, I'll turn a lot of these off. So like right now I only have sorry, I've got all these ones too.
Oh, that is cool.
Yeah.
So when you look at your phone, you see this, correct?
Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah. Yeah, I do. Yeah. But see, like, have you guys used the tool that I have to like book your meetings? To book me my time, like personally?
No, but I saw the 28th. So
Yeah.
Does that mean us?
No, so hang on. I'll show you really quick. Because I'm trying to explain to you why you would do this. Because you guys are like, why would you make it more complicated than you need, right? So my point is so what you can do, if you ever want to book a meeting with me, you can go here. And it's fine. Don't worry. That's not the point yet. My point is it's going to tell you what days I have available to book me, right? But the problem is if I had all of that stuff in there, I don't like all these things that you're looking at right now. These are just schedules for people that I like. This is my mom. This is like my wife's on-call schedule, things like that. I don't want that to affect my business bookings. So I create a different calendar. I create a different calendar. And see, now you see all these pop up, and that's what it's looking at. So I separate things like that because I don't want, these are just reminders for me. They shouldn't impact my bookings. You can set it up like that. Yeah. But anyway, and then birthdays, it's like sometimes I don't need to look at all the birthdays together or things like that, right? So you can add those, so.
But you had to enter those in there, correct?
Yeah, and I had to create each one.
So will that cover, like birthdays, would that go to year to year?
Yeah.
And still show up?
Right. So, I mean, we should probably do a whole class on calendars, to be honest. I can't tell you how many questions I've gotten on it.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No. It's not a sorry thing. It's just everyone's like, how do you use the digital calendar?
It's a big deal.
Right. And that's what I'm saying is like most people are like, oh, it's just a calendar. How complicated could it get? And I'm like, well, it can. Right. Right.
So if I have a tomorrow 4 p.m. appointment, does it send me a notification?
You can set it up that way, yeah. And it also depends on which service you're using. Like this is Google, but like I have a Microsoft calendar for work. And so each product's going to look slightly different too. I mean, a lot of the functions are the same, like creating reoccurring events, all things like that. But
the
yeah,
other thing, what took me a long time to learn how to do, and I'm still a little shaky about it sometimes, so I say, if I lose you, call me back. Is you can look at your calendar while you're actually talking on the phone.
right.
You just swipe it out, and then you bring your calendar up, and your phone knows that you're still connected is up in the right left-hand corner. You know, it's still there.
That would be a nice class.
Yeah, that would be calendar.
I wrote it down.
Okay, good.
Yeah, no, I wrote it down.
Because, I mean, doing one-on-one is kind of silly right now. If went to class, then you would just do the
Yeah.
one on just count.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I would need the notification, because if I set the calendar up, I might not look at it.
Yeah. I mean, there should be some notifications. They're also called in Google specifically. There's another thing called reminders. I don't use it that way either, but there's another tab here. So you can set a reminder, and that's the notifications part of it. So we can go through all that. Yeah. I mean, as I'm sure you know, I live and breathe by this thing. That's why sometimes when you guys call me and I'm like, "What times are you available?" I'm like, "No clue." I'm gonna have to get to a point where I can look at my calendar. Sometimes I don't know what's happening until I'm there. So
I would like a class on that.
I can do that.
So if your phone's ringing slow, does that mean you've got too much garbage on it?
Ringing slow.
Running slow.
It depends. There's quite a few factors that go into that. Being low on storage doesn't normally impact slowness. It's usually like age or updates or things like that that are being needed. And it also depends on what is slow. Like, are certain applications being slow, or is it just general use? Phone calls? Yeah, depends. We'd have to look. Sorry, for some of those like cleanup performance issues, there's hard to give broad advice. But usually storage, like there are times where on computer storage can cause slowness. Um, it's not as common of a thing on phones because they store things differently. Yeah. True. And that's why I asked if it was phone calls, apps, or if it was general use. Because like general use, if it just feels sluggish, like going through screens and things like that, it's not usually your location. That's usually the phone itself. But if it's like certain applications or phone calls and it lags, that can be related to your service and things like that. So anyway, cool. All right, I'm gonna do one-on-ones.